So this video is in response to a viewer's comment on this video where I talk about how to get your bachelor's degree in 6 months from WGU. I'm just going to read his comment, then I'll respond to it. So basically, he just says, worthless toilet paper. It took me real hard work to get my bachelor's and master's, 5 years of brutal study. If I was looking at a resume, I would look at where the candidate graduated from and how long it took them, including transcripts. So a reality check, HR generally doesn't care how long it took you to get your degree, especially in tech. In reality, what's going to happen is HR is going to look at your resume, they're going to look at the education section and be like, oh, they have a degree, and then they're just going to move on to the next thing. They're not going to care how long it took you to get your degree or where you got it from. And if they do, it's a super rare case. So let's take a quick gander at this chart I made really quick. We're going to kind of talk about what the commenter is proposing versus what my video of accelerating through WGU is proposing. So this top thing right here, this is the opportunity cost of the commenter. He said it took him 5 long years of grueling study to get his bachelor's and master's degree. So being super generous, I'm just going to assume that it costs, $15,000 per year, assuming it's some kind of traditional college. Probably it's going to be more than this, but maybe he was working part-time or something. So we'll just say it's like minus 15K per year. So after 5 years of blistering study, at the end, he's rewarded with $75,000 worth of debt, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and 0 experience. And then comparing this to kind of what I'm proposing in the video, assuming that you went to WGU and you took 1 year to get your bachelor's degree, it's about $3,500 per term or about $7,000 per year. So maybe we'll just say you spent the first year going to WGU and you used some acceleration strategy. You graduated with 1 year. You started working in IT right away, started out at 50K and kind of increased your salary linearly each year. At the end of 5 years, you'll have ended up grossing over $250,000. You'll have 4 years of experience under your belt and you'll have a bachelor's degree plus some industry certifications. And it's really important to recognize no one's really going to respect you more if you took 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years to complete your degrees versus 1 year. Like no one's going to give you extra points for taking longer to do your degree. There's a huge opportunity cost associated with doing things like that when you don't have to. So I generally recommend you finish your degree as fast as you can, as long as you can learn stuff along the way to adequately get a job in the end, because that's what we're after, right? So basically what you're looking at here, this is essentially a chart that shows all the things that you need to kind of care about in order to break into tech, or probably most other careers, but this is specific to tech. As you can see, like the education portion, like whether or not you have a degree is one single aspect of this. And the more kind of quote unquote stats you have in these other areas, like your self-presentation, written communication, resume, portfolio, any certs, technical ability, the more stats you have in these other areas, the degree becomes less and less and less important. So obviously it makes sense to not spend 4, 5, 6 years getting your degree when you don't have to do it. In fact, you don't even need to get one, right? Imagine someone who has all of these stats maxed out, just like a make-believe person, right? And they didn't have any degree. Like obviously they're going to be able to go out and work essentially wherever they want to. So I don't get why OP wants to throw someone's resume away that has a fast degree on it versus someone who doesn't have any degree at all. Like this doesn't make any sense to me. Trying to downplay someone's achievements and limit their growth by throwing their application away just because they were more efficient at you at getting their degree is super, super regressive and toxic, and it's really dangerous, and I don't think that you should be doing that. Also, I feel like this should be obvious, but if someone's able to get through all of that curriculum and finish everything in 1 year by themselves in some self-driven program, that's indicative of being able to do well at work, I would say. And it's not a reason to filter their application just because they got their degree fast. I'm not saying all college is a scam, but I'm saying like many of the traditional colleges are kind of a scam. And one way to make them not be a scam is to A, remove the artificial time constraint on degrees, and number 2, make them cost something that is reasonable. And WGU does a really good job at doing both of these things. But yeah, I hope this helps. And I'm not trying to attack OP. I just don't want to propagate that way of thinking. And I want to kind of like reduce the number of people who think this way. So if you're watching this, I hope that you can at least change your mind a little bit. Check out my Instagram. I post there pretty much every day now, and I've been traveling a lot lately, so you might see something interesting there.